Hey guys, it's me Rohan Singh and I'm back another video today. We all as students want to get as good marks as possible, and we want to improve our knowledge. We basically want the best source and reading material out there. This is something which I think any student who has ambitions in life can relate to. Any student, anywhere on earth, not just India, any place on earth, they want to have good learning material, good sources, and overall good sources which will really give them the right information in the right pretext, in the right context, so they can get as much knowledge and get as much knowledge as possible, and as a result get as good marks or grades as possible in their respective exams. And in India, there are many publishers out there who publish material for CBSE, ICSE, and all the other boards out there. And there are many publishers. And out of those publishers, I want to sort of rank and talk about the ones which I think are really good, important, and sort out which ones are truly the best. Now again, this video is just my opinion personally, what I think, but I've also researched a lot about this and seen other people's opinions and see if they match with mine, and for the most part they do to a certain extent. So I'm very well informed here. I've read and done and practiced with a lot of books from pretty much all of these publishers at one point in time, so I know what I'm talking about here. Like, just talk about them here and rank them from 1 to 10, with 1 being the best and 10 being the worst. The first publisher which we'll start is Arihant. Arihant is easily a 1, especially the all-in-one series which Arihant has currently for pretty much all subjects, for Hindi, for math, for science, for SST, SST, which I use both for SST and science. The theory and the practice overall made by Arihant in this series is incredible. I've suggested these books on pretty much any of my recent videos. I've talked really a lot about them and told you guys how good they were, and many students agree with me on this. Like, their books are often the bestsellers. It's my personal opinion, but I think the general consensus also matches this, that their books have pretty much everything in them. Sometimes they even have better explanations, and they are more concise and accurate and easy to understand, while still having the important key points. They are better than the NCERT textbooks in many aspects. They also release many sample paper books, many question bank books, which I buy as much as I possibly can, and they accurately reflect most of the time the question papers which they'll be coming. And anyone who has practiced hard with the Arihant papers before the term 1 exams got, I'm pretty sure, good results, or at the very least generally better marks or grades than a person who didn't necessarily study with Arihant. Arihant, in my opinion, is a really good publisher. Their books have quality, they have quantity, they have everything. The second publisher is Educart. Educart is easily a rank 2, I think. It is close to Arihant, very close, but there's small differences here and there. The thing is that Educart, I think if you've read a lot of their books, and their books are also becoming really popular nowadays. They make question banks, sample papers, and they also make final revision series. Like, they make a lot of things. They are a really good publisher. I also recommend their books a lot. If you've seen any of my previous videos recently, I really recommend a lot their books. And the thing is, I think that Educart is a really good publisher if you want to practice things. Arihant is also a really good publisher if you want to practice things. The place where Educart falls a little bit short, in my opinion, is the place in theory where Arihant with their all-in-one series shines in. Educart's theory sections, in which they are basically notes given, like, they are fine, but they can be improved a lot. Some of them contain errors, some contain unnecessary details, or details which could have been left out and could not have made much of a difference, which is fine because most of their books already focus on questions and practices, which is pretty much what the prime focus, or at least the best thing about Educart books is that the questions really accurately reflect the current NCERT or CBSE education policy and the comprehensive questions which they are going to make. Like, we've all heard that CBSE from now on is going to make questions that really encourage critical thinking. So the questions in Educart really accurately simulate the questions which CBSE is most likely going to give. So Educart is a really good publisher, but for practicing only. For notes, I do not think you should rely on Educart too much. Its notes are not bad, but they could be a lot better, and they are better for Arihant. The third which we are going to talk about is Oswal. Now, many of you may not agree with me on this. I know this is sort of a hot take, but I do not like Oswal. Personally, I think that the standard of the questions nowadays are too low, especially for term 1. I have the Oswald term 1 book for math and science. I've gone through them, I've solved some sums, and while I do think it is informative and will prepare you, it is not a book which accurately reflects the level of difficulty which CBSE is going for. The term 1 exams has taught us all that, like the level of difficulty rate was raised from here to here. If you look at the 2020 board exam papers and then with the 2021 papers, especially for maths, for science, for English, for Hindi, pretty much everything, the level of difference there is significant. Like, you will be able to notice it. The term 1 papers were probably some of the most difficult which CBSE has made in long time. I've talked about this in my video in which I discussed the term 1 papers and analyzed them. So that's a really informative video. If you want to watch it, then click the link over here. But since you've all seen this, CBSE has raised its bar. Oswald books, especially the 2021 term 1 edition, like, it didn't it did not reflect that change in difficulty at all. Like, the questions it made, the questions which it has on the book are way too easy. Like, if you want to pass, I guess that then it will work. You basically get over 70%, 65%, 70% above, but I'm pretty sure many of you want to get over at least 90%, and for that I don't think Oswald is good. Maybe they were good at a point, but their new books are not that good, and Educart and Arihant easily surpass them, and as a result I am knocking Oswald down to rank 4. The other publisher which is also really popular for science and maths especially is Exam Idea. Exam Idea I would easily rank almost 3, but it is really close to Educart. Like, I would almost debating whether I should give it a 2 or 3, and I settled on 3. The reason is that I think that some of the questions in Exam Idea are, first of all, their books are not that good for notes. I think, like, it doesn't. Again, Arihant is so much higher ahead than anyone on notes. All-in-one is pretty much all you need. But even with that said, the notes for Exam Idea I think are a little bit worse than that of Educart, and the questions are mostly good. They're on par with Educart's questions, although some of them are repeated and some of them are either too high in difficulty or some of them are not coming. Like, it's a lot less filtered than Educart's one is, but it is still pretty good and really good for practice. We are going with right now rank 1 Arihant, rank 2 Educart, rank 3 Exam Idea, rank 4 Oswald. Now the other a publisher which I'm going to talk about is MTG. I also have the MTG book for science. I have one for math as well. I used them a lot for term 1, and I can tell you that MTG is easily a rank 2. Now you might ask, like, why is MTG a rank 2? What's so good about MTG? I think the questions are of high difficulty, which is a big plus for me, since I personally think that CBSE is going to make high difficulty exams from now on, and the variety of questions is also really good. Like, it has many variety of questions, especially for math I've seen, and if you solve all of them, although they are difficult and they will take some time, if you solve all of them, you'll pretty much know all you need. And the chapters for math and science, the notes are not that good, and I personally would not recommend MTG for notes. It's only for practice, but I still rate it rank 2 because of the practice which it has is easily surpasses its non-availability of notes. So right now we have Arihant at the top, Educart and MTG sort of competing for the second place. Like, they're both there. Third is Exam Idea, fourth is Oswald, and now we are going to talk about Exam Guru. Exam Guru is decent, but I think it'll have to stay with Exam Idea. Exam Idea and Exam Guru are both good books. First of all, I think that the notes of Exam Guru are better than that of Exam Idea, but basically the theory is better than that of Exam Idea, but the questions are worse than that of Exam Idea. So it's sort of like a counterbalance. One has better notes, one has worse notes, one has better questions, while one has worse questions. Exam Guru is also good. It's a rank 3. You can go out and get it if you want, but personally all the ones which I situated above, Arihant, Educart, MTG, all of them are superior options in my opinion. And the last publisher, but not the least, which we are going to talk about is You Like. You Like, in my opinion, is a really good book for math. Science is not particularly that good, but for math only it is really good. your questions in the notes. Like if you want to study all the formulas that are written in a concise manner which is easy to understand and easy to grasp, like reliable notes can be easily made for math out of you, like, and the questions are also really good. The quality is good, the quantity is good. It has follows the CBSE new extra new policy, education policy, and the questions which will come out of it really well. It is really accurate in that regard. So you like is also a really good book, but I think it is really good for math only. Science is not that good. There are better options available, specifically Arihant and Exam Idea. So for science it is not that good, but for math only it is pretty decent. It's right now with rank 3. It is sitting with Exam Idea right now. So you like is sitting with Exam Idea right now for rank 3. That's it guys, thanks for watching my video. This list is nothing but my opinion, but I have studied a lot from all these books and I'm pretty well educated in my opinion, so I think this is a pretty accurate list overall. But then again, this is just that, my opinion. So if you disagree with it, that's fine. Leave your comment down below on which publisher you think and your own rankings. So yeah, thanks guys, thank you for watching and goodbye.